Hi, welcome to this video. David here. And so today we're talking about why you should stop chasing success, money, relationships, because actually what you're doing is pushing them away. So let's get into the video and really help you out to create the life that you want. Hi, okay, so let's talk about goal setting. Let's talk about conscious creation, a more magical approach to life using a kind of an extended view of the law of attraction. So how do we create things in our life? Now, if you've been in corporate or you work for yourself or you've been in any kind of work environment, a lot of talk about goal setting. It's about setting your goals and then kind of chasing them. But the truth is that works to a degree, but A, it can be very hard work. B, it's a kind of an unnatural approach to actually creating. If you have any idea that your consciousness extends out into reality to actually create events and help you achieve your goals, then actually doing it purely intellectually is actually pretty hard work. There's a much more magical approach to doing that. So if that interests you, stick around to the end of the video. I'm going to also tell you where you can get a script so you can use natural hypnosis to train your brain and your energy to bring events to you. So why should you stop chasing your goals? Well, the very nature of chasing, if you imagine somebody chasing somebody else, is that they don't have them. And by its very nature, because we're in a state of consciousness, we're in an environment of energy, then by actually trying to chase something, then you're going to actually keep it away from you. So what you need to do is something very different. So the first thing you need to do is relax. It doesn't matter whether it's a relationship or changing an existing relationship, or work or money, anything at all. The first thing you need to do is stop and recognize that this is the point of power, that right now what you believe is actually being manifest within the environment. And so the law of attraction doesn't exist out there. I'm pointing out to outside of my window. It exists in here. This is where you actually create the events that you want, and then they are reflected back to you from physical reality. So if you in your mind believe that you have to chase something, that you're constantly working in order to achieve your goals, then you're going to constantly be pushing it away from you. So the first thing you need to do is just relax. The second one is to recognize that the simultaneous nature of time, and I've done a video on that I'll link below, comes into play here. Because the truth is every event that you want to happen is already happening and real. And it energetically exists. What you've got to do is kind of activate it in your life. So you don't have to manifest anything new per se. What you have to recognize is there is a probable reality where you have whatever it is that you want. Money, relationship, improved relationship, better health, makes no difference. There's a reality where that exists. So how do you get from where you are now to where you want to be? Well, what you got to do is come back to yourself and begin to connect that reality within your own consciousness. Now, what that will do, that will change the neurons in your brain. It will change your energetic connections, and it will also reach out into reality, the broader reality of which you're a part, and begin to form that reality for you. And that's why it's a magical approach. There's no efforting done here. It's more like directing. It's more like creating, like a painter's got an easel and they use their beliefs as the paints and the brushes. And then out of that comes a particular creation. So it's a bit like that. It's much more like that than simply using your intellect to try and chase things down. So the first one is relax. The second one is to recognize that you need to connect your beliefs within your own mind. That's the key. Your conscious mind can do that. Because what we do is we hypnotize ourselves, quite literally, into the reality that we're in. And what we've got to do is use that power of hypnosis, if you like, in order to bring in new reality. So you're going to learn to connect your beliefs in your mind, your energy, your feelings, in order to then quite literally attract that probable reality to you. The third thing you need to do is trust and relax. So what will happen is you'll change your beliefs. You'll choose something. You'll be able to do that using your emotions and energy then what will happen is something will happen. I'll give you an example. So I wanted to change something around my health. This was just last week. I decided I used the script that I'm going to give to you. A couple of days later, my partner Claire then said, hey, shall we do a session on health? Completely out of the blue. So I said, okay. So I knew that the universe, which is me, by the way, and you, by the way, was at play. I'd reached out psychically. She'd agreed to take part. We then went through a session where I was able to unlock a really, really deeply held emotional memory, if you like, that I had, that was really causing me a couple of problems. Not major problems, but it was a kind of anomaly. You know, it was something I hadn't been able to resolve. I then was amazed that the effect of that was a lot of emotion came up, and actually the physical effect it had on me was really, really empowering, reduced pain, emotionally felt better, just an incredible, incredible experience, and a very surprising one because I'd actually forgotten all about that particular memory. So that's a really good example of something short happening, where you reach out with your belief system, it goes out into reality, reality responds, you then act in line. And that's what you've got to do. So you've got to act in line with your new beliefs. I could have said no to that session, but actually I knew that the universe, I was at play here and that something was happening. If you want money, then it's exactly the same thing. You might want to, you'll use the script that I'm going to share with you, and I'll tell you where to get it at the end. So use the script. You'll then use that script twice a day, one in the morning, one in the afternoon. Then you'll forget about it. Then things will start to show up in your reality. And what you've got to do is act in line as if you have the money that you need. So for example, it might be that you spend an extra couple of pounds or whatever it is on your shopping that you wouldn't do normally. You donate a little bit of money to charity. And what you're doing there is you're beginning to act in line. You're kind of showing yourself that you have faith and trust in this. The caveat is, don't go and spend a lot of money. I know people that have tried to do this, whacked a load of money on their credit card, then they've got a huge bill. Don't do that. You can just spend an extra couple of pounds, an extra few pence that you wouldn't normally through this process, and that will begin to activate those magical conscious creation powers that you have. So that's what you're going to do. What I need you to do is go to yourtruepurpose.co.uk script. yourtruepurpose.co.uk script. Click on there. What that will do then, that will take you to a page where you can download the script, and that's the one that you're going to use, that myself and my students really have great benefit with, and it works every single time. If it doesn't work, then it's because you've got a limiting belief in the way. And on that script that I'll download, I'll link up a video that will also help you if things aren't working, and therefore that you could begin to remove that limiting belief. So that's it. I hope that's useful for you. Remember how amazing you are. Don't forget, you're an incredible, amazing, wonderful creature, and you deserve everything that's best in the world. And with that, go over, download the script, and start creating. Take care.